Hello my friends, new video today. This time we're going to having a look at another crypto project which lets you earn crypto tokens. In this case it's the Nakamoto um, project, and honestly speaking it looks pretty good in general. At least I didn't expect it to look this well. I got this as a recommendation from you guys as to have a look in it. And it's basically a website where there are a couple dozens of games listed that you can play, try out basically, and that you can um, play by using certain tickets that you can get by spending your Naka coins, and then you can play the game. And if you win or if you position higher than the average, you'll basically earn Naka tokens. And if you position lower, then you'll have a net loss basically. So I tried it myself. I didn't buy any Naga tokens and I didn't buy any tickets. However, you do get the option to try out most of their games for free just by playing the free-to-play options. As you can see here, I made my own profile here. And personally, this did play out quite well so far. It worked very, very well. I do have to mention though, all these games are going to be played on your browser, meaning if you press on play, basically the screen turns into the game itself, which is very, I'd say old school basically. Like it's something you guys know if you've been in the gaming market for like maybe 20 years roundabout. That's basically when all these browser games were very much in and everyone was playing them. Well, this is basically these browser gaming websites combined with a crypto project where you can play to earn some tokens or money basically. Since if you earn the tokens, you can sell them, and then of course you can also turn them to money, obviously, right? So that's everything for the introduction. That's all that's needed to be said basically to get the gist of how this project works. As you can see, the website runs very, very smooth, which is a very, very good point, especially when you want to play games in a browser. And next, I'm going to pretty much handle all the good and the bad points that I personally feel need to be set in this project. So first of all, the good points, obviously, a very, very well made website. It looks super good. It's very easy to handle. As you can see, I can just click myself through all the genres, be it play to earn, free to play, story mode, or the tournament. And I can see the leaderboards basically as well, where all the different games here are shown. You can see who won, who lost, and so on and so forth, and the score in total. And of course, I could just select one of the play to earn games, for example. Let's just pick Bubble Shooter, and then you can see this is basically the entry which you need. You need one of these marbles, which cost you 13.76 Naka coins. So I suppose this is $1. Oh yeah, actually you can select it yourself. So it all depends on what you select in here. And then you pretty much have the reward here that you can pretty much earn, or that's been earned so far for the day. And obviously there's a table that shows you how much you can earn and or lose. So the minimum is minus 13%, the maximum is 35%. So it reminds you basically of a crypto project meeting play to earn, meaning the old school browser games and a little bit of gambling pretty much, which is achieved through your personal score and your personal gameplay. So that's something very well to mention. And of course, you can try most of these games for free as well. That's what I did. I played the Alien Apocalypse, which didn't quite work for me, and I played 2 rounds of the Night Warrior. Um, it's alright. So the game itself runs pretty smooth and it's very easy to use. It runs on your browser, so you don't really have to download anything. However, and here's the bad side pretty much so far, it looks pretty below average if you were to compare it to real games. I'm not talking in comparison to games that are played in the crypto market, since those games usually look that way. However, I personally, when I want to invest into something, then for me, it needs to be something that has an appeal to the general gaming community. I don't just want a game that's cool for some people. I want a game that's cool for everyone, or I want a space that's good for everyone. So I personally don't see this. I can show you pretty much. Let me just turn off the music for you guys since it's pretty loud. I can show you what it looks like. So it runs very well. It's a pretty good layout as well. However, as you can see, the graphics itself, they are not the best, obviously, right? And if you play the game, you can see it's not exactly the most polished either. I'll show you real quick. It has sound as well, but I just turned everything off a bit. As you can see, I did play this for quite a while, so I did 2 full rounds, basically. That's pretty much the entire gameplay loop. I can just press on the next wave, and then there'll be another wave. I got abilities. If I press Q, I can get some health back. Can sprint here, kill some more enemies, and then with enough money, I can buy weapons like a rifle, a revolver, and so on and so forth. Pretty simple, honestly. And the concept itself is pretty good as well, since like I'm not talking about this game in general, but like the entire idea of this project, where you have a lot of games. See, this is basically the market. I can just sell this, for example, and with the combined money, maybe buy a crowbar. um it's all right. It's a decently fun game, since it's free, basically, so there's not really much to complain about. However, personally, um, it's just nothing that I would see myself playing just for fun itself on a daily basis. So that's pretty much the type of the game you can expect from the Nakamoto Games so far. Obviously, and that's pretty much something to keep in mind as well, this entire concept is pretty much very, very new to begin with. And just because the initial games don't quite look the best, doesn't mean that Nakamoto Games in general won't look like a very top game project in itself. So it does fulfill all of the metaverse aspects that you would like to have in such a project. However, it does need to be mentioned that so far the games itself lack a bit of depth, meaning they're very, very simple games, very easy to play, and of course, very easy to master. You can see all these games, they are not exactly polished. Um, so it's nothing that I feel at this current point in time would be something that I would invest a huge amount of money in. At least I don't quite see it yet so far. However, that doesn't mean that the project itself is bad. It's just nothing I would put any money in as of right now. Now we can have a look into the Nakamoto token as well. Wait, let me just check if I can find this. Yeah, so that's the Nakamoto token. It's currently ranking pretty much in the thousands, 1087 right now, which is not too bad. I mean, for a crypto project, it's not that small. It's not an absolute shitcoin or anything. It's pretty much a decent altcoin as of now. You can see the circulating supply is 65 million out of a max supply of 180 million, which is quite something already. So it's a lot. It's above the 30% mark in terms of the circulating supply. You can stake your tokens as well in case you won some by playing, or you bought some and you think, oh, this is going to be great with more players. The value of the one Nakamoto token is going to be up as well. Then you can just buy into it and stake it on their website. You'll be either getting a fixed APR or a variable APR. Right now, these are locked, meaning you can choose one of these two pools, the 180 days to pool and the 365 days pool. However, this one's already almost full. So personally, these are some options that you can choose if you're interested in this kind of project and you think, oh, that's going to be turning out great. The website is amazing. Yeah, maybe the games itself may not be that great so far. However, this is something basically as an investment in the future, meaning when there are going to be better games, more fun games, or more games that uh, pretty much improve the overall depth and the replayability of a game, then this is going to be a very nice project, and you may want to invest into it now that the game itself or the token itself basically is quite cheap. Since, as you can see, historically speaking, it's not exactly a bad entry point, and it pretty much held out quite stable looking back. Like, let's just take an approach of like the last couple of months. Yeah, it's pretty stable, honestly speaking, which is pretty amazing, honestly, since we're in a pretty great bear market. Didn't expect that, honestly speaking, but it just shows that the principle of the game by betting your token and betting it against your competitors basically makes it so that you or the average player probably loses a bit of their tokens, which of course doesn't exactly inflate but deflate the token itself, which is a pretty cool thing to have. So personally, for me right now, I'm not buying any of the token in case you're wondering if I have any or if I plan on buying. However, I do put this on my watch list since all these projects, not sure if you've had most of these other crypto gaming projects on your mind for a long time. However, if you've looked into the very first attempts of Axie Infinity, you'll see it looked very terrible in the very, very beginning. And it's pretty much the same for most of the other gaming projects in general, like in the gaming industry. If you look at their very first steps, for those that have been in the market for a very, very long time, those games obviously don't look the way recent games do. And it could be the same for Nakamoto Games. Like right now, everything is in a browser and it looks a bit sloppy. Other than the website itself, that really does look great. However, maybe in the future you'll get like a Steam-like launcher, and you have games that can be released by crypto developers, and they can make their own play to earn Nakamoto concept, and then this could turn into a billion opportunity, right? So this could totally blow into a huge skyrocketing token and in the future with lots of different gaming opportunities, right? That's a total possibility. Well, it could very well be that this just sticks to the ground and doesn't really get anything that makes it special and just remains with a couple of browser games. Then obviously it's not going to be worth anything at all, at least not to me. And right now, obviously, that is the much more likely scenario to happen in the future, right? Like rather than having a Steam like launch in the future with great games and stuff. So either way, it's a project worth having on your watch list, I feel personally, and I'm most likely going to cover it in the future as well when I feel they've hit some certain targets. However, right now, I feel for me personally, it's just too much of a risk to get into right now, as I don't feel it's currently showing what I want for the future. So if I can see them proving what I would like to see in the future, and if I can see some sort of plans from them for the future that fits my personal vision, then I may very well invest in here and stake it on their website. However, right now that's just not quite there yet. However, it's going to remain on my watch list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and could learn something about a new metaverse project, at least something that you haven't heard of before. This one is pretty much a small cap in comparison to what I usually show you guys. However, I do feel it deserves getting its own review. Anyway, I'd like to hear your personal opinion on this Nakamoto Games genre or a website in general, and I'm very happy to hear your guys' opinion on this. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Goodbye.